So now we will discuss about the Avogadro's law. Okay, so fifth law, okay, law of combination. Okay, combination of reaction. So law of chemical combination. We have studied about it. Okay, so law of conservation of mass very first. Second, we have seen about the law of definite proportion. Third, we have seen about the law of multiple proportions, okay, which is applicable for the masses, okay, and the Gay-Lussac law of gaseous volume, which is applicable for a gaseous volume, okay, at a constant temperature and the pressure. Uh, the scientist Avogadro, he has given this Avogadro's law based on the equal volume of all gases. Okay, so we'll write here volume, equal volume of all gases. They will have, okay, at the same temperature, at the same temperature, at the same temperature, they will and pressure and the pressure they will contain they will contain the same equal number of molecules. They will contain equal number of molecules in it. Okay, they will contain equal number of molecule in it. Okay, molecules. So these molecules may be particles, these molecules may be atom, these molecules may be the ions. Okay, ions. So, as per the Avogadro's law, equal volume of all gases. If we consider the hydrogen, any gas, okay, if we take a particular gas, okay, अगर कुछ gas हम लोग लेते हैं, particular volume, okay, so that equal volume of that all gases will consist of equal number of molecules in it. Okay, तो उनके अगर molecules हम लोग count करेंगे, उनके atom या फिर particles उसके अगर हम लोग count करेंगे उस वॉल्यूम में, so it will be observed that the all gases at same temperature and same pressure, they will have a same number of molecules. Okay, it was given by the Avogadro's. So initially for Gay-Lussac law we have written, okay, so for Gay-Lussac law we have written in case of hydrogen, okay, hydrogen in gaseous state, hydrogen in a gaseous state when combines with the oxygen in a gaseous state, it gives rise to a water in a gaseous state. So water in a gaseous state is a vapor, okay, or a steam in a gaseous state. So we have written in case of Gay-Lussac law, okay, Gay-Lussac law के terms में हम लोगों ने लिखा हुआ है, suppose 100 ml, 100 ml of hydrogen, okay, is combined with 50 ml, 50 ml of oxygen, it gives rise to suppose 100 ml, 100 ml 100 ml volume of the water. So we can write here, okay, like two volumes. Okay, so for one volume we are considering, okay, one volume is equals to 50 ml. If we are considering, means two volume will be equals to 100 ml. So in this way this will be also a two volume. Okay, this will be also two volume as per this Gay-Lussac law. Okay, now as per the Avogadro's law, as per this Avogadro's law, we can now say that this hydrogen, okay, two molecules of hydrogen, okay, two molecules of hydrogen, okay, when combines with one molecule of oxygen, one molecule of oxygen will give rise to two molecules of the water, two molecules of the water we are generally writing. Okay, हम लोग लिखते हैं that is twice H2 plus O2 is equals to, that is twice H2. What is that means? Okay, two molecules of this hydrogen is combining with what? One molecule. Here it will be one molecule of oxygen, and which is giving rise to a two molecules of a water. So in the same way, if we are considering according to Avogadro's law that the molecules, if we are considering n number of molecules, okay, if we are saying n number of molecules, then we can say that if n number of the molecules, okay, n number of the molecules are mixing, that is oxygen, okay, and 2n number of molecules of hydrogen, okay, it is giving rise to the two molecules of water. Okay, हम लोग ऐसे बोल सकते हैं 2n molecules of the 2n molecules of the water. So the main theme of this Avogadro's law is that equal volume of all gases, okay, they will have same number, equal number of the molecules, okay, at constant temperature, at the same temperature and the pressure, okay, and based on that, the Avogadro's number is calculated, okay, Avogadro's number, okay, Avogadro's number is calculated, so we'll calculate it later. हम लोग बाद में calculate करेंगे इसको, okay. So now we'll see about what is meant by atomic mass. Okay, now we'll see what is atomic mass. Okay, atomic mass. As the name suggests, atomic mass. Okay, it is how it is calculated. What is the unit of this atomic mass? Okay, that we will study here. So the every element has a characteristics atomic mass. Okay, atomic mass hota hai. So in present system, the mass of an atom is determined. It is determined relative to the mass of carbon. So atomic mass, it is determined. Okay, it is determined relative. Okay, it is determined relative to the mass of carbon 12, relative to the mass of carbon 12. Okay, carbon 12 is the isotope of the carbon. Carbon is having isotope 12 is its atomic mass. Atomic mass hota hai uska. Okay, so carbon exists in its isotopes. What are isotopes? Okay, you know very well isotopes. What are the isotopes? Isotopes are having the same atomic number, atomic number उनका same रहता है. Okay, but when we talk about mass number, it is having its different mass number. उसका जो mass जो number होता है वो अलग अलग होता है. Okay, so this is determined, atomic mass of any element, it is determined with respect to, with relative to the mass of carbon 12. Carbon 12 is the isotope of a carbon. Carbon is having carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. These are three isotopes of the carbon. Okay, so the mass of carbon 12 atom as the standard, and it has been given agreed upon by IUPAC. So you know that IUPAC, that is the International, okay, Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. Okay, so assigned a mass exactly, okay, mass exactly 12.00 atomic mass units. Okay, and whose atomic mass is atomic mass for C12 is 12.0000. Okay, 0 AMU. AMU, that is stands for atomic mass unit. Okay, atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit. Okay, so the atomic masses that are expressed in AMU. So one AMU, it can be defined. So we can now define one AMU. One AMU, that is one atomic mass unit, is defined with reference to the mass of carbon 12, and it is given by formula 1 upon 12 into mass of one carbon atom. Mass of one carbon, that is one sweetel C12 atom. Okay, so 1 upon 12 into what is the mass of one carbon atom? The mass of one carbon atom is around 1.99, 2648 into 10 raised to 20, 23, 10 raised to minus 23 grams. Okay, so if you will solve these, 1 AMU, that will be equals to 1.66056 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. Okay, so in this way we have got the relationship between AMU, okay, atomic mass unit, one atomic mass unit is equals to 1.66056 into 10 raised to minus 24 grams. So this is the value that we have got. Okay, so means we can now convert, because it is very easy to represent mass in terms of atomic mass units, okay, than the grams, because आप देख सकते हो grams में ये value जो है ये complicate रहता है, and that is the reason that most of the masses that are represented with the help of atomic mass units से represent करते हैं. But later on, this AMU, okay, atomic mass unit is now replaced, Okay, it is now replaced by a unified mass. It is now replaced by a unified mass. Okay, unified mass. Okay, unified mass से उसको replace किया गया. So instead of AMU, it is written as 1U. Unified mass, okay, which unit is Dalton, which can be represented as a U. So now we can say that 1U, that is unified mass, okay, is equals to 1.66056 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. Okay, in this way we can say that. Okay, so based on this, we'll try to solve a problem. Okay, one atomic mass unit is equals to 1.66056 into 10 raised to 24 gram. Based on this, we'll try to solve one problem. Problem number 1.1. So very first problem of this chapter. Okay, so that we will try to solve. So what they have mentioned in the problem number 1.1. Problem number 1.1, they have mentioned that the mass of an atom of oxygen is, okay, mass of oxygen atom they have provided. Okay, mass of oxygen atom, okay, they have provided in terms of gram, and which is equals to, yes, to 26.96 into 10 raised to minus 24 grams. So this is in terms of gram they have provided. Now our aim is to convert this mass of oxygen atom in terms of a unified mass. Unified mass में हमें इसको convert करना है. So what is the atomic mass of oxygen in unified mass? Okay. So right now we know the relationship between what 1U is equals to 1 unified mass is equals to, that is 1.1.66056 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. Okay, so we have this relationship right now. So now we can say that for one unified mass, it is equals to this much grams. Then this much gram of oxygen is equals to how much unified mass? So we can easily calculate this. Okay, so mass of oxygen, we can calculate mass of oxygen in terms of a unified mass. In terms of unified mass, okay, in terms of U, that we can calculate by dividing mass in terms of grams. Okay, mass in terms of grams, okay, into 10 raised to minus 24, this is a gram, divided by one atomic mass unit is equals to this much gram. Okay, 1.66056 into 10 raised to minus 24. Okay, we can now say that this much is a grams per unified mass. एक unified mass के लिए इतना ग्राम है, हमें पता है एक unified mass के लिए इतना ग्राम है. So we can now write it by grams per unified mass. So यहाँ पे देखो grams will get cancelled. When you will solve this, you will get mass of oxygen in a unified mass. Okay, and that is equals to 1. That is equals to 16. That is equals to, answer will be 16.0 U. Okay, आप देख सकते हो unit आएगा 16.0 U. So similarly, mass of an atom of hydrogen. Okay, similarly, mass of an atom of hydrogen. So unified mass is 1.0080. Okay, so this is the mass of an hydrogen atom. So I will write here. Okay, for hydrogen atom, for hydrogen atom or hydrogen atom, its unified mass is 1.0080. 1.0080 unified mass. Okay, extra information this is given in terms of for hydrogen. So this is the problem number 1.1. Okay, so now we'll take the next concept, that is what average atomic mass. Okay, average atomic mass. Average atomic mass. So average atomic mass. Average atomic mass. Now the very question that comes in our mind is that why to take the average? Why to take the average atomic mass? So just now we have explained about the isotopes. Okay, isotopes के बारे में हम लोगों ने just discuss किया है. What are the isotopes? Isotopes are those are having a different mass number. Okay, they are having the different mass number. उनका जो mass number है वो अलग अलग होता है. So we know that if any element is having its different mass number, then how, then which mass is to be selected? This is the big question in front of us. Okay, अगर कोई एलिमेंट है उसके आइसोटोप्स है दो तीन, तो उसमें से किसका मास लेना है, बराबर है, दैट इज द क्वेश्चन. So to understand this, this is the average atomic mass is done. Okay, that is why the word is used as a average. So averaging of all the isotopes are done. So we know that right now. Okay, carbon, suppose if we take the concept example of the carbon, carbon is having its 12 okay, 12 C12, C13 as well as C14 isotopes are there. Okay, three isotopes are there. So these three isotopes are having a different mass number. You आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे. Okay, different mass numbers they are having. So now which is to be selected? What is the average of this? Okay, so now it can be done with the help of we'll take the example. Okay, average atomic mass. So we'll write here isotope, and we'll take the example of carbon itself. Okay, isotope, then atomic mass, then atomic mass, that will take in terms of a unified mass. Okay, so that we will take in terms of unified mass. Then we will write it the relative abundance. Okay, so how, what is the availability? Okay, how relative availability, relative abundance. Okay, in the nature, and that is with percentage that we'll see. Okay, percentage में देखेंगे हम लोग. So isotopes, what are the various isotopes of carbon? Carbon 12, carbon 12, its atomic mass is exact value is 12.00000. So unified mass, this is what a unified mass value is, in that is in terms of a unified mass, 12.000. Okay, 5 times 0, and its relative availability is 98 percentage, around 98.892 percentage. Okay, if we talk about carbon 13, its atomic mass is 13.00335 unified mass, and its percentage availability in the nature 1.108 percentage it is available. Then the carbon 14, it is having atomic mass that is 14.00317. Okay, and its availability is very less, that is 2 into its abundance, relative abundance is very less, 2 into 10 raised to minus 10. So these are the isotopes of the carbon, and these are the atomic masses of these carbon isotopes. Okay, and its relative abundance. So now the question is, we will average it. Okay, we will average it to find out the average, the atomic mass of carbon. Okay, so average, to find out the average atomic mass of carbon, atomic mass of carbon, to find out average atomic mass of carbon. So yes, C12, C13 and C14 is having, these are the different atomic mass. Okay, atomic masses है उनके. So what we want averaging. So averaging कैसे करेंगे हम लोग, इससे मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, एटॉमिक मास यूनिट को हम लोग मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे किसके साथ, परसेंटेज के साथ, और उसकी जो परसेंटेज है that is 98.892 percentage out of 100%. Okay, so we'll write here, okay, that is equals to 12 unified mass. Okay, 12 unified mass for C12 when multiply with 98.892. Okay, divide by 100. Why divide by 100? Out of 100 percentage. Okay, out of 100 percentage. Then next for C13. So for C13, its atomic mass unit is 13.00. Okay, 335. 13.00335. Okay, this is the unified mass. Okay, this is the unified mass. Multiply by its percentage abundance, relative abundance, 1.108 out of 100%. Then once again plus, because we want to average it. Okay, addition करना पड़ेगा हमें और उसका average हमें लेना है. Now for C14, C14 atomic mass unit is 14.00317 unified mass, multiply by its relative abundance is very less, it's 2 into 10 raised to minus 10. Okay, out of 100 percentage. Okay, So when we will solve this, okay, so I will directly write, when you will solve this, the answer what we are getting is around 12.011 unified mass. 12.011, okay, unified mass. This is the answer that is coming for average atomic mass of carbon. Okay, so I hope that you have understood why we take the average atomic mass concept. Okay, this is very important. Okay, if you have observed the periodic table, okay, in periodic table you will observe that the atomic mass whatever written in below, okay, below the element, that is done with the help of averaging of the isotopes. Okay, isotopes को averaging करने के बाद में जो आया है, okay, value वो लिखा होता है. Okay, so but now it can be rounded off. Okay, now this value can be rounded off, and this rounded off is done. Okay, so rounded off is very necessary, rounded off atomic mass. So by rounded off rounded off this, because it is 12.0, okay, 12.0, that is 011, so it can be rounded off to 12.0. Okay, it can be directly rounded up to directly 12 unified mass. Okay, 12.0 or 12 unified mass. In this way the rounded off is done. So now we will see how it is done for a different atoms. Okay, different atoms के लिए वो कैसे किया जाता है. Okay, so how the averaging is done, okay, and how it is to be calculated, how. So we'll see elements. Okay, elements, we'll see elements, different elements. Okay, and their isotopes, what are their isotopes. Okay, what are their isotopes. Okay, isotopes which are their average atomic mass and rounded figure. Okay, so it's isotopes, its elements, then average atomic mass, its average atomic mass, its average atomic mass, okay, that is in u unified mass mein, and the last one how it is rounded off. Okay, how it is rounded off. So rounded off. So we'll see with the help of this chart for different elements. Okay, so if you will observe that the elements, very first carbon, just now we have seen carbon is having C12, C13 and C14. So these are the isotopes of carbon. Okay, and its average atomic mass, just now we have calculated, its average atomic mass is 12.011 unified mass, and it is rounded off to, just we have seen, 12.0 unified mass. Okay, in this way it is rounded off. Now if we see the nitrogen, for nitrogen, nitrogen is having their isotopes as a N14 and 15, N14 and N15. These are the two isotopes of the nitrogen. Okay, if you will do the averaging of their atomic masses, so the answer will come like 14.007. Look at this value, 14.007. Okay, so when you will round off it, so we can now write here that is 14.0 unified mass, because it is right now 0.007. That is the reason. If we check out for oxygen element, you will observe that the oxygen is having oxygen 16, 17 and 18. Oxygen 16, 17 and 18. These are the three isotopes. Okay, of this mass number 16, 17 and 18. So by averaging, we will get answer 15.999 unified mass. Right now it's a 0.999. So it can be right now rounded up to 16.0 unified mass. Okay, 16.0 unified mass. If we look at for a chlorine, okay, chlorine is having there are two isotopes. One is chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. Okay, chlorine 35 and chlorine 37, two isotopes of chlorine. And if you will average it, their atomic masses, the answer is coming 35.453 unified mass. Now this is what we have to average, we have to round it off. So we cannot directly round up this directly to 35. We cannot round up because its value is 35.453. Okay, look at here. So 0.4 is there. Okay, 0.453. Now we can round it off this with 35.5. We can round off. Okay, So the answer is 35.5 unified mass. Okay, so we cannot round off directly to 35 or 35 or 36. Okay, understand? So 35.5 unified mass. The last one is bromine. Okay, for bromine, bromine is also having its two isotopes, bromine 79 and 81, bromine 79 and bromine 81. Okay, bromine 81, and the answer for this is 79.904. Okay, it's average. Okay, average of this, average of the atomic masses of bromine 79 and bromine 81 is 79.904. Okay, so we cannot round off it directly to 79. Okay, or neither 70 or neither 80 directly, because it is 0.904. Okay, it is not 0.99 something. Okay, which was in case of oxygen. Okay, 15.999 it was there, so we can round off directly to 16, but here we cannot round up directly to 80. Okay, so because 904, so we will round off it to 79.9, 79.9 unified mass. So in this way the rounded off is done. Okay, and how the averaging, or how the average of atomic mass is to be calculated, I hope that you have understood it. Okay, so based on this we will solve the another problems we will solve. Okay.